What's up, guys? Welcome to another video. If you hadn't already subscribed, we'd really appreciate it if you did. So please like, comment, hit that subscribe button. We got quite a bit of content on our channel already, and we're looking forward to having more. With each season, it gets better and better, and it's just all blessings from God. But we would appreciate it if you tag along with us. But with that being said, this video today, as you already clicked on, seeing the thumbnail and the title, it's going to be more of a how-to video as far as filming your hunts. Personally, we've only been filming our hunts for about 6 years, probably, some give or take. I think it was maybe 7. This will be our 7th year. It was 2016 in that fall when we started, and that's actually when I got my first kill on film. And I throw that clip in here right now. It wasn't but about a minute and a half video because I did not know what I was doing, but I luckily got the kill shot on camera. And at that point, that's all I was intended to do. And if that's all you're intending to do, then this is very simple and you don't really even need this video. But for those of you guys that are trying to get a YouTube channel started, or you're just looking to try to get a good video that's solid and that entertains you, then that's what I'm doing this video for, is because I've looked up videos before and trying to get tips myself, and I struggle to find very many on YouTube for that. You can watch hunting videos, and get a how-to from just watching hunting, and that's mainly what I did. But this is just going to be a quick summed up version of a bunch of different tips that I've learned over the years, and still sometimes fault on and don't do the greatest job, but I try to and we strive to. But anyways, it's the first one that I got is just simply keep whatever you're filming in the middle of the frame. And there's times where I've watched people's videos, and myself included, you get hung up in the moment or whatever, and it's hard sometimes. But you got to remember, if you want a good quality video, you are also a videographer, not just a hunter out there. So if you're self-filming your hunt, you want to get as crisp and good video as you can. Keep that deer, keep that turkey, whatever it is that you're filming, try to keep it in the middle of your frame no matter what it is. As you're figuring out when you're going to get your bow, and you're moving the camera along, or the deer's coming down a trail, or all these different situations can happen. And sometimes, that depends on what you want out of it. Sometimes you might be, I'm a hunter and a killer first, and then I'm a videographer. So if it walks out of frame, I'll take the kill shot and sacrifice the video. Or maybe you're overly, want awesome footage, and you're not going to shoot unless it's on film. That's all preference. And we're kind of in the middle. I've lost a few shot opportunities trying to get a deer on film, and then there's been a few times where I was like, you know what, I'm just getting this kill, and the deer got out of camera frame, and I still killed it. We're kind of in the middle, so that's all preference, and that's simple. Just keep whatever it is in the middle of the frame. But number 2, when you're doing panning video, for B-roll, when you're panning, everybody does it. You want to show your setup, and when you get in the tree, it's a beautiful fall morning. Try to be as smooth as you can. Many people don't really think about it or anything, or they'll get real jumpy, or their camera arm will be bouncy. You want to be as smooth as you can. Just something smooth. It's appealing to the eye. I can't really even explain it, but when you're watching a video over and it's got bouncy footage everywhere, your B-roll is all jumpy and stuff, it makes a difference. You want a professional or better looking video, get you some smooth pans, and it'll instantly make it better. And number 3, this goes right along with that jumpiness stuff, but you don't want to be zooming in and out fast. Everybody also, the sun's creeping up over the ridge, and you zoom in and you slowly bring it out. You don't want to just fast as can be zoom it out or zoom back in and go back and forth. You want everything you want it to be smooth. Any kind of a smooth transition, or slowly bringing it out, or slowly zooming in. Anything smooth is going to help your video out tremendously. And number 4, and I've hinted on it, but get plenty of B-roll. I cannot stress this one enough. This is probably, if you don't get nothing else out of this video, get this one. You can never have too much video clips. If you don't have a memory card big enough, get you a bigger memory card. I use 128 gig, and I'm religious about getting it off of my card and onto my computer every year, and each hunt almost. That way I do not want to run out of storage. I've actually had that happen before while I was filming a deer hunt and ran out of storage. You do not want that. but you cannot have too much video. You can always delete it if you don't need it, but get whatever kind of clips that you can. It might be a little bit of extra work. Set the camera out in front of you. You might have to make a back and forth trip. I've done that many times where I was on the four-wheeler and I set the camera up and then walked all the way to the four-wheeler and come driving down the road to get the deer, just to get that extra clip. Or climbing out of a box stand or out of my deer stand and set the camera, go all the way down on the ground and set it up, and then climb down, and then you got to go back up and get all your stuff. But you cannot have too much B-roll is my point I'm trying to make. You can always throw in clips. It's aesthetically pleasing to the viewer. Any kind of a small clip, walking through the woods, or the leaves colors, or leaves falling in the air. Even after the kill, getting B-roll of you dragging that deer out or throwing it in the truck, or B-roll of you holding its antlers up in the air with the sunlight behind it. Anything that you can get is going to add to your video tremendously. I even had an example of this deer that I killed a couple years ago, maybe 2 years ago, and I had been struggling, and at this point I said, I'm going to be a killer, not just a videographer. But I went in, and these does come walking down the pike right to me, and they ended up coming down a trail that was even closer than I thought they would be to me. And they walked out of my frame, and I ended up barely missing the shot. I got the shot. I made the shot perfect. The doe ran over and fell over about 50 yards from me. But because I had plenty of B-roll footage, and I did tons of B-roll, it made that video better for me, at least for my pleasure. When I rewatch it, I get more out of it because I had so much B-roll. It made it way better. I don't want to get hung up on that, but that is very important. I cannot stress it enough. Get plenty of B-roll. Number 5, get as many angles as you can. Be creative. This is an art form. Many people forget about it, or just like the B-roll footage. You can't have too much. Get angles that people don't think about. Try to get that. If you got a GoPro added to your arsenal, that makes it so much better too. But put the GoPros, behind you where it can capture the deer and you shooting, and like a over-the-shoulder type feel, or stick a GoPro down at the bottom as you climb up your tree. It adds a cool little clip, and so many different things you can do to be creative and be different. Think about the different angles that other people haven't got yet that you want to get, and be creative with it. It's fun, and it's going to make your video better to watch, even for yourself, going back and rewatching it, and then also to get more viewers and more people coming to your channel. Number 6, keep your talking to a minimum. That's something that we all sometimes get wound up, and I do it many times myself. You get to do an interview, and you want to tell as much information as you can to let the viewer know, but there's a point where it can be too much, and it drives the viewer away instead of keeping them there. They're skipping through your video faster and faster, and the more skips you have, the worse it's going to do, and the worse that it does, you're not going to do very good on YouTube. So you want to keep your talking to a minimum. Be as informative as you can in the least amount of time. You want to tell maybe about the weather real fast, or what happened the day before, or maybe what happened with this buck that you're after, and tell what direction wind you got and how you're set up, and leave it at that. Allow the footage to speak for itself, and maybe if you get the kill, add a little more into it when you do your closing interview. But you do not want to talk too much. And then number 7, and these last 3, or these 2 of these last 3 are pretty mental. And I've realized, especially filming and hunting, that it's a lot of mental games that you have to play with yourself. But remember that there's no pressure for you to perform. And that's something that we put pressure on ourselves so many times. And all that pressure is going to do is cause you to, either miss the kill shot on cam when you could have got it. And it just adds so much negative energy into your mind, and it's going to do nothing but problems for your hunting and your filming. It's tough. I've kind of fought depression before because I've put so much pressure on myself to perform and get the best footage and to do the best, and there's no pressure. Remember, you're just an average hunter. You're just somebody that's going out trying to get a video of yourself hunting, and we put too much pressure on ourselves. And then number 8, and I've only got one more after this, but number 8, music is okay, but just like talking, there's a point where it could be too much. I've read so many comments and listened to so many people talk, and then my preference myself. Too much music and too loud of music, or inopportunistic times that you put music into your video can really harm it. You know, the hunt is the main thing, and getting the kill shot is the main thing, and adding all the B-roll is the main thing. Music can make your video a little better if you put it in the right spots and use the right music. And I'll say this, I get all my music off of your audio library on YouTube. There's a gigantic list to choose from. Whatever kind of genre that you want in your video, you can find it on there. But you do not want to have too much music. It could really hurt your video. And I know there's a lot of people watching this right now that you watch hunts and you're thinking, yeah, I've seen a lot of people ruin their videos by adding too much music or having some heavy metal rock music playing as the deer's coming in. And most people just don't want that. But again, that's a preference thing. I'm just telling you the tips that I've learned and kind of the things that I've seen people say, and then my preferences myself, which are just opinions. They're not right. But the last thing, and it kind of goes with the pressure deal, but don't ever measure yourself up to other people's videos. And what I mean by that is, yeah, when you're watching the hunt in public and you're watching all these different people and they got awesome videos, you got to remember they've been doing this for years. They've had professional feedback from people. They pretty much are professionals themselves, and they know what they're doing. They've got better equipment. They've got more time on their hands, and it's just better for them. And if you take these tips and do them and apply them to your videos, eventually, yes, you will grow and you will be better. But don't measure yourselves up to their videos, because most of the time you're not going to measure up, and then it's going to cause you to start putting pressure on yourselves. And just like I said a minute ago, then it's going to cause you to make bad shots and to make bad decisions, and it's going to affect all your hunts and so many negative things. And we do not want that. We want everybody to succeed. And here with Riverbend Bowhunter, us, you know, me and my buddies that are part of this, we want you to succeed. We want our buddies to succeed. We want everybody that hunts and films to succeed. And that's why I'm setting this video out here. You know, I haven't found many on YouTube about it. There's a lot of them showing the equipment, showing the cameras that they use, and all that kind of different things. But this video, I wanted to show you how to maybe put together a good video for yourself. And then in the editing process, play around with it. Like I said, it's an art form. Get creative. And the more you do it, the better you're going to get at it. You know, we're still learning. We're not perfect. I still ramble too much. Sometimes I mess up where I put my music. And the harder you work, the better your video will be. And you're only going to get what you put into it. So I just wanted to make this video real fast. And if you have any questions or any comments that you want to add in here, or things that we could get better at in our future, or things that I missed maybe, because I mean, I'm human. I miss things. There's probably things I'll remember after this video goes out. But leave a comment below and let me know, you know, if you're a self-filmer, kind of things that you do and how you make it better, because we're still looking to be better too. I'm not perfect. There's videos that I think that'll do good that don't do good, and that's because I failed somehow, and I wanted to be better. I want to be better. So leave a comment below. Like this video if it did help you, or if you're a new hunter that this is something that gave you a few tips that you needed to hear. And it's going to be a long summer. I hope it's a quick summer. Hope it goes by fast. Got a lot of work to do. Got to start setting trail cameras and putting salt out and doing some scouting and doing a lot of map scouting. Something we're about to start doing soon. Shooting your bow, getting everything tuned up the way you want it to be. And Lord willing, you'll have some success out in the woods this fall. So stay tuned with more videos that we might have coming out in the future. And like I said, please definitely hit that like button, subscribe if this helped you in any way. And I cannot express how much I appreciate you for watching this video, watching any of our videos. If you tune in multiple times, good luck to everybody out there, and we'll talk to you next time.